Well, hello there. Today I want to share with you one key element that's really simple, but if you're missing it, it could be holding you back from making a lot of money. I'm Jamie Larson, the founder of the Snap Society, and this is Web Show Wednesday. If you're not watching on our website, you can find us at thesnapsociety.com. So I have two children. One is extremely introverted and one is extremely extroverted. So one day I was gone for an entire Saturday and my husband texted me this picture of a fundraiser form. Okay, I don't know about you, but I have like horrible memories, like traumatic memories of school fundraisers, so I really hate them. So he texted me a picture of a form that was almost all filled out. And he said, it looks like we have a salesperson on our hands. And I texted him back and I said, wow, how did Elizabeth get all those sales today? He texted me back and he said, it wasn't Elizabeth, it was John Henry. And John Henry, let me explain him to you. He is as introverted as they come. Especially when it comes to people he doesn't know, and to adults, he's very, very shy. He has a hard time looking them in the eye, although we're working on that. He has a hard time speaking up. Unless that adult has earned his trust, he really struggles with communicating with them. So the fact that he was able to go to all these doors, right, and sell all of these products just blew my mind. So I couldn't wait to come home and talk to him. I thought maybe he went to all these houses and like every single house just said yes right away. You know, once somebody says yes, it gets easier and easier. So I talked to him and I said, John Henry, tell me about this. Like, this is amazing. I said, did you just like knock on doors and everybody was saying yes? And he goes, no. I said, really? So tell me about this. Did most people say yes? And he said, no, Mom, most people said no. I said, really? How long were you doing this for? And he said, 3 hours. He said, I rode my bike 3 hours and I went to every house on this block. Okay, we probably have 100 houses on all the streets all together. He went to every single one of them. Not everybody was home, but he went to every single one of them. And so I was just shocked. Just like all of us, we don't like rejection, but for him, it really gets him down. So I said to him, how did you handle it when somebody said no? Like, why did you want to continue with this? And he said, well, I really wanted the limo ride. And in order to get the limo ride, I had to have a certain amount of sales. And he said, every time somebody said no, I wanted to quit. But then I thought, if I don't go to the next door, then I'll never get to my goal. He said that. My 10-year-old said that, like it was so profound. If I don't go to the next door, then I'm never gonna reach my goal. So it's like he had a choice. I can feel rejected, I can feel bad about this, and not go to the next door, but I'm for sure not gonna reach my goal. Or I can feel bad about this, get over it, and go to the next door, and there's a chance that I'm gonna reach my goal then. And so that's what he did. He went door to door to door for 3 hours until he reached his goal. So this totally blew my mind because not only does it relate to my 10-year-old, and it was a huge lesson for him, but it relates to all of us. I think that we all give excuses as to why we can't do this, why we can't raise our prices, why we can't sell, why we can't do in-person sales. And the bottom line is we are so afraid to be rejected, right? So we have this fear in us, and unless there's a bigger reward than there is a fear, what's the point of doing it? So for John Henry, he had a fear in him, but he had this goal in mind. And the goal trumped the fear. So what I want to ask you is, do you have a goal in mind? And if you do, what is your goal? I think a lot of us go into this sort of blindly. We don't have a plan, we don't have a goal. And what I realized is that I actually had set this in place and I didn't even realize it. So it was a fall, and my husband said, you know what, Jamie? Every single time you sell your top collection, you should reward yourself with something like house cleaning, because he knew that like I just wanted my house deep cleaned and I didn't want to pay somebody to do it. And so I was like, huh, okay, I'll do that. Like my top collection, that's very expensive and it's totally worth it to me. And so I'm not pushy and I'm not salesy, but it did give me just that extra oomph to be able to push a little bit harder and to make sure that I didn't give up. And that season, I got more of my top collection than I ever had, and I made sure that I rewarded myself. So what is it for you? Are you gonna get yourself a Starbucks card? Are you going to get yourself a new outfit? What is it? I really feel like we need to set goals, not just a year-long goal, not just 6-month goals or 3-month goals. Those are all very, very important, but we need to create goals for ourselves every session. What is the goal that you have in mind to sell? Maybe for you, it's just to do your in-person sale and finish it and close it out with a sale. Then what is going to be your reward after that? Maybe for you, it's to sell your middle package. What's gonna be your reward? It doesn't have to be huge, but just make sure that you give yourself an incentive so that even though you have these fears, your goal will trump those fears. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I would really love to hear from you. I mean, it's the highlight of my day when I hear from you. So in the comments below, I want you to tell me, what is it that you fear, or what is the incentive that you're gonna give yourself, or what's your goal gonna be? Any of those would be great. Have a fabulous day.